Okay guys, so starting out, I've already gone ahead and primed my skin with the Too Faced HangoveRx, whatever you call it. And I'm going straight in with my concealer. I use the Fit Me concealer in the shade Light. I think it's 004. I don't have it in front of me. I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and blend that in with my Real Technique sponge, which I believe is about $10. It is pre-dampened, so I always dampen my sponges. And I'm going to go ahead and just blend that out. I am concealing before my foundation today. I tend to switch back and forth as to what I like. And I'm just patting that into my skin right now. Sorry, I have some little nasties in my eyes from my mascara that I took off when I was wiping my makeup off before this. And I'm going to go ahead now with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the color NC25. Again, I'm using my Real Technique sponge for that. I tend to just dab a few spots all over my face, and then I go ahead and push that into my skin. You'll notice I do use dabbing motions the whole time as opposed to pulling or dragging motions. I feel like that just pulls it around your skin and doesn't actually sink into your skin at all. So I go ahead and just dab that all over my face. You want to be careful with this and make sure you are doing it evenly. I do under my eyes as well as top of my eyes. I don't use a primer generally before my eyeshadow. I just haven't found the one I love yet, so I will definitely make sure to cover the lids of my eyes with either my foundation or my concealer. And I apologize if you can see that little tape on the side of my head there. I do have tape and hair extensions, so that is what you're seeing. You can cover them, but not when you are in a hurry and pull your hair up fast. So once that is nice and even, I go ahead and generally reach for my Rimmel London Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. I use this in the color 004 Sandstorm. I generally just rub the pointy tip of my Real Technique sponge across it to soak up some powder, and I use that to set my under eyes and anywhere else that I was putting concealer. Okay, so next up I normally go in with my Loreal Baked Balance-N-Brighten foundation. I do have it in the color tan, so I'm using that for a bit of a contour and to just warm up my skin a little bit. I absolutely love this powder. It is color correcting and I think it's amazing. A lightweight formula makes your skin look awesome, but I'm clearly not the color tan. So I've been using that as a contour and kind of as a bronzer to warm up my skin. As you'll see, I'm just very lightly putting that underneath my chin and jawline, across the tops of my forehead as well, and just adding a bit of color back into my skin so I look a little bit less ghostly. And I totally duck face when I'm contouring, so I apologize for that. But let's be real, all of you do it too. Don't even lie to me. Okay, next I go in with my highlighter. I'm using the Lorac Illuminating Highlighter in Twilight with my Real Techniques brush. I am putting that just kind of above the apples of my cheek. I'm personally not a huge fan of this highlighter. I feel like the formula is a little thick. It's not very fine milled, and it doesn't tend to highlight too well unless you layer on, and if you do, it ends up being quite gold, but that is the one I've got right now, so that is what I am working with for now. Next up, I'm going in with my blush. I tend to put a bit on the brush and dab it into my cheeks in between my highlight and contour, and I'm using the Elizabeth Mott blush in the shade Peach Pink, which is absolutely gorgeous. And moving on to my eyes, I am using the Naked palette by Urban Decay. and going in with a shader brush, I am using the shade Naked, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that to my crease. Could not think of that word to save my life. My crease, and I'm just starting to build up a little bit of color and dimension. Naked is a very light shade. It is fairly close to your skin tone, but I'm just starting to add that little bit of dimension, and I just tend to follow the shape of my eye. Okay, and once I'm done with that, I go in with my Luxie taper brush that is a little bit more tapered, and I go in with the color Buck, which is kind of a taupey brown but a little bit darker, and I pack that color into the corner of my crease to add a little bit more definition, so you can see that depth is starting to form there. I freaking love this color for adding depth. I don't know why, it just works so well on my skin tone, and I love that brush more than anything, but I find you can just pack it right into that spot you need and add the dimension that you're looking for in your crease. And then I go back with my shader brush. I'm not adding more powder at this point. I'm just using the remainder of whatever Naked is left and just smoothing that out a little bit above. You just want to make sure everything's soft and smooth and you are not adding too much going on. Now I'm going to go in with my brows. I have a new brow pencil I'm trying out. It is the Maybelline New York Brow Precise Micro Pencil. I believe this is in the color dark brown. I love micro pencils. If you have a thinner brow, I just find it's so much more precise to be able to fill them in. I previously was using the NYX micro pencil and I absolutely love that, but I was at a store that did not carry it, so I picked this one up, and for $6 I have to say it does a damn good job. I can put it on at 8 in the morning and I swear to you at 10 at night I still have brows on my face. They have not moved, they have not faded, so I'm surprisingly really impressed with this product and would definitely recommend it. And I'm just kind of pushing and wiping out my brows in the right direction because I forgot to grab a spoolie. Okay, and now I'm going in with the opposite end of that pencil and on the Naked palette using the color Virgin, and that is what I'm going to use to highlight my brow bone. I tend to pack the color just right into that highest point on my brow, and then I will pull it a little bit forward on my brow and a little bit towards the end of my brow, but I pretty much pack the color right under that crease. And now for the favorite part of my eyes, I am going ahead and using the color Half Baked. This is a gold shimmery color. I freaking love it so much. And I'm going to go ahead and spray my Mac Fix Plus on my brush first. It just helps hold the color better. I feel like you get more pigment, better color, better build up quicker. Color payoff is important, so I mean, if I can make it happen faster, why not? And I'm just going in and patting that all over my lid. I'm covering my whole lid. I'm trying not to pull it up into the crease, but I'm going up to my crease and just packing it and layering it on to make sure it is nice and bright and that you can actually see that that color is gold. And so once you feel like you have that color built up enough, it's always a good idea just to go back in and just kind of re-go over that crease with that color Buck just to enhance it a little bit, make sure that crease line is still there, so to speak, that you didn't wipe it away when you went in with Half Baked. So I always just kind of go over that. And finally, I'm going ahead and using the colors Creep as well as Darkhorse. I am mixing those on a tiny brush, blowing the excess off, and patting that into my lower lash line. I am obsessed with lower lash line colors right now. I think it just brings your face together. It looks so damn good. You do not even need mascara. I absolutely love it. And so I am just going ahead and mixing those two colors and patting that into my lower lash line just to add a little bit of dimension and kind of finish off my eyes. And again, I don't pull that fully inside on the lash line. I focus more on the outside and stop around the middle. If you pull it right into the very inner corners, I feel like it just darkens your eyes too much and makes them look smaller. And now I'm going to go ahead with my mascara. I am using the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Carbon Black. This is such an old mascara, but it is one of my favorites. I actually repurchased this last week. It is so black. I find you can layer it so you can, keep going until you get the kind of curl and thickness and kind of depth that you're after. But it is so black and it stays black throughout the whole day. So I absolutely love that about this mascara. I'm using that on my top lashes as well. I'm going to go ahead and use that on my bottom lashes as well. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and apply some eyeliner. I am using the L'Oreal Liner Intense in the color Carbon Black. Doing this on camera was really friggin' stupid. I cannot do a good line when I am not in a good mirror focusing on it myself. Looking at the camera and trying to do this was just not going real cute. So please excuse these absolutely horrible wings on my liner. Use the mirror, not a camera. It just straight up doesn't work. So please ignore that because it's just not pretty. But this liner is absolutely amazing. It stays so black and so matte for so many hours. It's phenomenal. And now I'm going in to my lower lash line, my lower waterline, with ColourPop in the color Get Paid. It's kind of a metallic-y color. It's not coming out too bright, but I find it does just sort of brighten your eyes up as opposed to darkening them and makes them look a little bit more awake. And now I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals bronzer. I apologize, I have a sticker over the tag, so I cannot tell you what color it is, but it is their bronzer. It is hella dark, so if you are pale, be warned. You want to fluff this, blow off the excess, and go in with such a gentle hand. It is a really nice color. It warms up your skin super beautifully. It gives you a great contour. It has the tiniest bit of sheen, which I think looks gorgeous and makes you look glowing, but you do need to be so light with your application with this if you are pale. Finally, I'm going to set my face with my MAC Fix Spray. I'm freaking obsessed. And the final piece is my MAC Matte Lipstick in the color Barbecue. I just got this. This is the first time putting it on my lips. It is an orange color. I'm trying it without a liner just to see how it wears. If I need one, obviously I'll go buy one. But this freaking color, tell me how I felt so in love and desperately had to do a look with it and try it. So this was a no-brainer purchase. While summer is still going on, I had to get this on my lips. Look at that, bright orange, freaking loving it. So I'm just going back, adding a little bit more highlighter because it's pretty weak, and I'm going to pull the hair out and you will get to see this look all pulled together. Golden orange, I think it works well. I'm enjoying it and I hope you guys like it as well. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more tutorial videos to come.